Hello friends, this video is a part of video series named Basics of Economy and Economy Current Affairs by JIGYASA IAS YouTube channel. We are making this series as most of the students find it difficult to identify the relevant news when it comes to economy. This series is intended to help students in understanding the basic concepts of economy and to identify important news and topics from economy current affairs, which are most important for UPSC and state civil services exam. Moving on, let's find out the topic of this video. What you are seeing at the screen are the headlines of some leading newspaper like The Hindu, Economic Times, The Indian Express. These headlines reads, India set to cap stimulus package at $60 billion to protect credit rating. Industry demands Rs 6 lakh crore stimulus package to mitigate impact of lockdown. India's growth directly proportional to government's stimulus package, FICCI president. Bigger economic package to fight COVID-19 on cards, announcement soon. US Senate unanimously passes $2.2 trillion coronavirus rescue package. Coronavirus, urgent need for policy action by India. Stimulus package, a step in right direction, says IMF. The content of all these news is centered around the concept of economy stimulus package. We must understand the basics of it to understand relevance of news and its utility for exam. So our topic is economy stimulus package. We will see what is economy stimulus package, why it is given, and most importantly, how economy stimulus package actually works. So let's move ahead. To understand the topic, we will use whiteboard now. Economic stimulus package. To stimulate means to increase activity. Any package by the government which is intended to increase the economic activity is called the stimulus package. Now, what is this economic activity? We need to understand this from the very basic. Economic activity is basically the dynamic relationship between two basic processes, that is production and consumption. Production of goods and services. These two processes of production and consumption are linked through supply and demand, and this transaction takes place through money. So this is the complete economy. It is based on two basic processes of production and consumption which are linked through demand and supply, and the transaction takes place using money. So the role of money comes here. The production side generates employment. You can understand all the topics from this. Every topic in itself is a big topic, so you don't worry if you don't understand any of them. With time we can understand all those topics in different videos. Now let us understand few basic things. For example, the cycle which is taking place between production and consumption, that is the economic activity. Economic activity gets slow when there is crisis situation. For example, now COVID-19 lockdown is going on. So in the lockdown, production is closed because all the factories units, they are closed. Also the consumption side is also closed because people are sitting in their home. They're not allowed to go and take things, right? So supply is disrupted, stopped almost, and the demand also went down. So whenever the supply is low and demand is low, the economy is in a recession. Whenever the supply is high and demand is high, the economy is in boom. If supply is less, demand is more, there is a situation of inflation. If supply is more, demand is less, situation of deflation. So for a economy, for a healthy economy, this demand and supply should be moderately high. This demand side should be a little more high than the supply to maintain a minimum level of inflation. That is what a normal economic condition is. So whenever there is a situation in which the economic condition is not normal and the economic activity is very, very low, then the government has to kick-start this activity. This process of kick-starting this activity we'll understand through example in the later part of the video. Just remember this concept. This is a very useful concept, and if I say this is the complete economy, through this you can understand each and everything in economy. Moving on, we can come to a definition. A financial package consisting of direct and indirect financial support to kickstart and boost the economy, that is called the economic stimulus package. Direct initiatives like cash transfers, like unemployment support, dependent support, lockdown loss compensation, etc. Spending more money on employment generation programs like MG Narega, providing interest-free loans or very low interest loan. What can be indirect financial support? They can be, for example, loan waivers and tax rebate, tax exemptions, tax holidays. So if you don't understand any of the term, just mention in the comment box and we will try to make different videos, small videos to explain them. Now, before we move further, let me give you one question, a brain teaser. The question is, which of the following has a direct impact on fiscal deficit. Monetary stimulus package, fiscal stimulus package. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. Only one, only two, both one and two, neither one or nor two. So if you don't understand fiscal deficit, don't worry, we can explain another video. If you understand it, try to find out the answer. I will discuss this question at the end of the video. I have given this question because UPSC asks that kind of questions from the basic understanding of the concept. This question is very simple if you understand the concept, and it is very difficult if you don't understand concept. Moving on. Now, economic stimulus package, they are consisted of two parts, or we can say that two categories. One is monetary stimulus package. So what is this term monetary? We always see this term in economy, and most of the students, they don't understand it. Monetary is related to money flow. Whenever the term monetary comes, it is related to money flow. That means it is related to banking. So monetary stimulus package, for example, may have cheap loans, whatever instruments we are giving through banks, loan waivers, bank subsidies, etc. And the second is fiscal stimulus package, which is related to government purse. Whenever the word fiscal is there, it is related to government purse, government pocket. Fiscal stimulus package are those packages in which the government purse or government pocket is directly used. Either the government is giving money from its pocket to the people, or it is not taking the money which it has to take from the people. For example, tax, right? So the example is government expenditure to generate employment, tax exemption, tax rebate, direct cash transfer, etc. Now, since we have understood the basic that what is a stimulus package, we are going that why it is. Conceptually speaking, in a capitalist economy or a free market economy, the economy is largely governed by the market forces of demand and supply. The government has to play the minimal role of facilitator by creating an ecosystem of business-friendly legislations and ease of doing business. It also has to play the role of regulator to ensure fair market practices and fair competition. However, in situations like COVID-19 epidemic, the government has to step in, being the guardian of the economy and the country. It is government's duty to take care that no one sleeps hungry and to put the economy back on track. That is why the government use instrument of economic stimulus package. As it has been explained in video, so what are the crisis situation? Crisis situations are like economic slowdown, recession. How they happen? They can happen because of the global factors, natural or man-made disasters, pandemic like COVID, any those factors which are beyond human apprehension and control. A stimulus package is used for economic slowdown, recession, to boost a particular sector like agriculture sector, manufacturing sector, to boost the overall economy, or to gain political advantage as well. At the time of the election, general government spend much. So we are not going to discuss this. We are going to discuss these things. How does it work? How does the stimulus package restart or kickstart the economy? We need to understand through a simple example. To explain this, we will take one simple example of Ram and Rahim. So let us assume Ram is a person working in a company. He works in this company, and Rahim is a person who is having vegetable and fruit shop in the colony where Ram lives. Before the lockdown, Ram used to purchase vegetables and fruits regularly from Rahim. But because of the COVID-19, the situation of lockdown emerged, and in this situation, the company where Ram used to work, that got closed. Because of this, Ram lost employment and so his income. So he started visiting less Rahim shop because he was not having much money. After some time, Ram's money is spent, and even Rahim was not able to get vegetable and fruit. When the lockdown opened and everything, let us assume, comes to normalcy, still Ram is unemployed. He's not having any money, and Rahim is also not having any money. Suppose Rahim from somewhere he gets some credit and brings some vegetable plus fruits. Still, Ram will not go to purchase because he does not have any money. So the economic process of production and consumption will not be completed. Now comes the economic stimulus package. Let us assume government gives some loan to Rahim. From that loan, Rahim goes to big mandi and takes more vegetable and fruit. At the same time, government gives Ram some unemployment benefits, let us say 5,000 rupees direct cash transfer. Because of this, Ram can go to the vegetable shop and start purchasing. So the production and consumption process start happening. The government also gives loan to this company as the compensation for the losses during the COVID lockdown, and the company gets started. It gives Ravi his job back, and Ravi becomes employer, started earning on his own. With time, the company also started making profit, and Ram started going to Rahim's shop more frequently, and Rahim going to mandi purchasing more fruits, starting earning profit. This company started earning profit, Ram started earning money, and the whole process of production and consumption started again. So after some time, if government will stop giving money as well to the company, to the fruit seller, to the person Ram, still the whole process has started. So this is the situation. Through this, we can understand at a very basic level how the stimulus package restarts the company. The situation is very similar to a situation of a car whose battery is drained. Car cannot be started through using the self start, and the people has to push it to start, right? But once the car is started, its battery started recharging again, and it can go on its own. So after this, market forces of demand and supply can come into picture, and they can take over. This is the whole story. Now coming back to that question, since we have understood in this slide that fiscal stimulus package is related to direct government purse, that the government's earning. So which of them should affect the fiscal deficit? What is fiscal deficit? It is a very simple concept. Government's earning and government's expenditure. The difference between them is the fiscal deficit in a very basic and crude language. So if government's expenditure increases, how the expenditure increases? When fiscal stimulus package is given by the government, because it gives from its own pocket. So the revenue decreases and its expenditure increases, and directly the fiscal deficit increases. But monetary stimulus package has not much to take with the pocket of the government. It is related to the bank. So directly fiscal stimulus package is impacting the fiscal deficit. So its answer is B. I hope all of you has given the right answer. Now I understand that many of you may have more knowledge than this, and many of you may do not have any knowledge of the economy. So the video I have made is from a very basic perspective. If you do not understand the basics, then please comment in the comment section. We'll make videos on that. And if you understand it, then also the very basic process which I have explained is the core of the economy. So try to grasp all the economy news through that perspective, from the very basic conceptual perspective. All right, wish you all the best. Thank you very much.